I figured I would do a little bit of like a Q&A type thing. And for you guys, just because right now I'm trying not to have my iPad die on me, because that was supposed to FaceTime anytime now. My parents are going to let me know if my iPad starts ringing, plus I can hear it from here. So I am talking over the TV because it's playing music and stuff, but I don't know if it's copyrighted or not. I don't know. But anyway, the first question is, is if you couldn't, if you weren't allowed to dance, but you could do anything other than dance, what would it be? It would be gymnastics. Because, and I say this because, like, if I wasn't allowed to dance, but I was allowed to do anything else, it would be gymnastics. And the reasoning is because I have always loved gymnastics since I was a little kid. At first, I didn't really know what it was. I just kind of thought it seemed cool, and then I learned what it was. And at first, I kind of went like, I don't want to do beam. And then over time, I went like, it's actually really cool, and I really like gymnastics. I was never allowed to do gymnastics. And every time my mom told me no, it broke my heart. And it wasn't her like trying to be mean. It's that I am an easy bleeder and stuff, and that like Von Wilder ran and stuff, and she just didn't want me getting hurt and stuff. And so now it's like, no, it is a thing. Anyway, and I do miss, like, if I generally do miss, like, the idea of, like, gymnastics, like, for me, like, because I am not a gymnast at all. I'm the opposite of a I don't do gymnastics and stuff, and so, like, for me, like, I just do kind of miss it sometimes. I'm a dancer, and I love dancing and stuff. Wouldn't give it up for anything, but anyways, I do miss gymnastics still. Like, I never did it, just I miss the idea of, like, me doing it, and I always loved gymnastics, and it's hard, like, and for a really long time, I was able to block it out of my life. Like, I was able to forget about it, like, anyways, I'm, like, not really miss it and just kind of move on to dance. But then the past couple of days, I just kind of, like, haven't been able to, and it's okay, like, to miss it. I really loved it a lot. But I love dance so much more. Like, so much more because, like, with gymnastics, I feel like you have to be good at tumbling, and, like, doing flips and tricks and stuff. And, because that's pretty much what it is, versus, I'm not, like, and I feel like even, you have to even be a little bit flexible for some stuff, I feel like. I don't fully know, but I feel like it. Like it, and with dance, that's one of the things I like about dance is that dance isn't all flexibility. Yes, acro dancing is, and tumbling, cause, and tumbling is. Like, but tumbling's not based off of flexibility. Tumbling's more based off of, like, if you can kick up hard enough. If enough, can you, like, hold your weight and stuff. And that's one of the, that, like, I'm determined to get this year. Like, because yesterday, our teacher Miranda asked, like, kind of, we didn't get to answer, but she essentially, like, asked us, like, does everyone have like new goals planned out for this next year, because summer is the time to set new goals, to figure out what you want to add on, what you want to change. And my answer to that was yes. Like, that's how I feel. I didn't get to answer it, but like, I definitely have new goals, and one of them is to get a handstand or a elbow stand. I'm actually going to work on one right now. She just let me actually, like, somewhat I'm going to try a handstand and not an elbow stand and see if that's any different. Clearly, I need to work on it a lot. But that's one of my new goals and things. I have a lot of them. I'm out of breath. Right now, I'm at the point where I have the next question is, would you rather join a competition dance team or keep doing worldwide? This one is a really hard one for me, and I actually have put a lot of thought into it. Like, a lot of thought, and I went back and forth on this, and even my dad asked me this one time. And this one is my general answer to it right now. I don't know, because, like, on the one hand, I kind of hope that they don't do worldwide again, because, or like Zoom classes, because I do love the idea of competing and like being in person and competing. But truth is that I also love the worldwide. Like, the worldwide, I love it so much because I'm getting opportunity to meet famous people, which is like really cool. Like, I met Hannah like last Sunday. Hannah from Dance Moms season 8. Like, that was really cool, and like I meet a lot of really famous people. I get to meet a lot of very famous people and work with really talented professional people. And some of them are famous, like Abby Lee Miller and Gianna Martello and stuff like that. So literally the only things keeping me doing the Zoom classes and the worldwide is just it's literally the teachers. It comes down to the teachers and the substitute teachers. And it also comes down to just the fact that I'm getting to meet a lot of really famous people. And it's growing me as a dancer, because I'm also getting to learn a lot of stuff. Like, I'm getting to learn stuff. Plus, I'm getting to, some stuff is a little more challenging for me, obviously, and that's great. I love a challenge. It's going to help me grow as a dancer. But then there's some stuff that I get the joy of, like, doing, and then looking at everyone else and being like, I'm level ahead, and I'm nailing this so easily, when some people aren't nailing it super easily. Like, it gives, and that sounds braggy, but I have always been the person that's not flexible. The person that can't do any form of acro or tumbling, can't even do a cartwheel. Bella tried to teach me. Personally, I don't think Bella explained it very good. But, like, I feel like she's not set out to be a teacher or teach like how to do cartwheels and like that sort of stuff, like, and tumbling and stuff. And so like that is something that plays into it. Like a lot. But like I always been the person that's not as high up on the dance level because of the fact that I didn't start dancing when I was 2 or 3 years old like most people. Or like at an earlier age in life. I didn't start dancing until I was 11, almost 12, which is really late for a lot of people. Well, and so like obviously I'm for a really long time, and even now since I'm nowhere near the level of some people that have been doing this for most of their life. You know, and that's okay. But like, so when I get those moments of being more advanced in like flexibility or tumbling, and I get really excited about them, and I get really, really excited about them because, and I embrace them because I don't get those moments too often, and it's a good thing, and it shows to me that my hard work is paying off. So that's really good. But in ways, I look at it both ways. Like, I look at it generally both ways. And part of me, like, as hard as it is to admit, part of me still misses gymnastics. Like, in ways, I never did it, as I said before, but part of me still kind of goes back to the thought of, like, would I rather dance or would I rather be in the gym doing gymnastics? And I love both. Like, I will never say that I hate gymnastics. Like, that's never gonna happen. And it's hard to hate something and forget about something that you love for years. Like, when I was little, I worked on leaps around the house, which actually helped me out dance-wise because I wanted to be a gymnast. And our living room leading into our kitchen there's like this like wooden piece that separates them, you know, like a little like thing that you step over and stuff. Like it's a normal thing. And even now I still sometimes, I'll admit, pretend it's a balance beam or a beam. And I would like come up with these like gymnastics or like I would just like make these fun little like things, and I would do. To be honest, they were more dance, not gymnastics, you know. But like it was just a fun little thing, and I would pretend it was a beam. And now it's like at some point I feel like right actually like at the point where I discovered dance and what it was, and it clicked in my mind that my mom was probably never gonna let me do gymnastics, and you're probably like, why don't you do both? The reasoning is because, first up, my parents would never let that happen. I don't think. Second reasoning being, that's expensive. Like, I just doing these dance classes are already doing these dance classes are already costing me a lot of money because I'm paying my parents back for these and stuff, so it's a lot overall of money and stuff. It is worth it and stuff. And then you're probably like, oh wait, aren't you only 15? Your parents should be paying for dance and stuff. you shouldn't have to pay them back. I'm 15. Like, yes. As in ways it makes sense. Like, I totally understand. And they're not being rude in that case. It's just that we're not the richest family. Like, we're not rich. We're middle class. I'm meaning we're not rich, but we're not poor. We're middle class. Sometimes my mom will be like, oh, we have no money, or say we're poor, and then later on my dad's like, no, oh, we're middle class, people. Well, it's just she's cautious with money and stuff, so ultimately I would never be like, oh, my parents should pay for it all, no. Oh, it's my dream that's on the line, and it's me. I'm the one putting in the work in, so obviously I should be the one to pay for it. And it's what I love and stuff, not something they are into. But yeah, for me, don't worry, I'm... Sammy! Baby! He's okay. I dropped my spinner and it went near him and he got freaked out. I love you. I love you, Sam. But Sam, you can't have my spinner. You want to go get a treat? Come on. Come on. Sam, let's go get a treat. Can you call him? Go on. Every time my dog Sam freaks out whenever I drop my spinner. He freaks out about it, and he's a good boy. But don't think I'm ever going to quit dance for gymnastics. I don't plan on it. But yeah, I love dance. And I love dance. I love it as much. For me, yes, sometimes it gets tiring. Or when I've been dancing for hours and I'm hot and I'm sweaty and I'm tired. Then I want to break from it, obviously. But I love dance so much, and it's one of the things that but there's no potential way to do both. And that's okay. And it comes down to money, schedule conflicting, and so many different. And so many different things. And if and so right now I'm hoping they do the worldwide again and the Zoom. But if they don't, it's gonna be kind of sad for me. But at the same time, I just don't know. Right now, I'm as and I'm just kind of a mess right now. I really miss my crush, but I'm working with it. And that's part of life, and I feel like the only reason that right now, I Like, right now, I'm a nervous wreck, and I'm gonna be straight up honest with you about this. I am a nervous wreck right now because I really want to be an official ALDC member. I really want to be top of the pyramid, you know. And this boot camp is my opportunity to show Abby. And it's one of the I'm definitely a nervous wreck about because I'm confident in my dancing. That's not where I'm nervous at. And I'm not like nervous and so I'm like, like there's gonna be teachers watching me and like really good teachers. So like that's not where I'm nervous about like my dancing or like teachers watching. And I'm more nervous on a couple of things. First up, the flexibility. Luckily, I don't think we're doing much that involves a lot of flexibility. Because I'm not the most flexible. And, like, right now, I am currently working on a few things. First thing that I'm working on is I'm working on my leg hold. I'm also working on my straddle. Both of them are really close. I'm working on my center or my side splits, and I'm also working on my needle. That's what it's called. And I'm also working on I have my front tilt, like I have my front tilt, but I get really I get kind of iffy that I'm gonna fall when I do it because balance is not my specialty, okay, like that's obvious. So like I'm just trying to like get myself to where like that thought just doesn't come in my head anymore. And I'm currently, so that's what like flexibility I'm working on. Then I'm working on a few other things, but that's more, and the back bend, that's also flexibility that I'm kind of working, but I don't think acro and tumbling isn't listed on the schedule, last I checked. So, yeah. I am also working on my handstand and my elbow stand. Yeah, my handstand and my elbow stand, because those I really need to work on. Once I have a handstand, and I think if I can work on like a running start into a handstand, and then I think I'll have my front walkover, because a front walkover essentially is you have to have a running start and then you're running going up into a handstand, and then you're splitting your legs, like doing splits or as close as you can get to them, and then you're letting yourself fall onto one of your legs, whichever leg is closer to the ground. And then you're like putting your hand on, so that's interesting, but okay. And YouTube, please don't copyright me. And hopefully I don't get copyrighted on this video, or else it's being taken down. And I will personally take it down, because my parents are watching TV and it's kind of loud and it's annoying. But also I feel like they wouldn't put that sort of, I don't think they would put copyright music on TV. I feel like they would get copyrighted then. I don't know. But just to be safe, I'm talking over as much as I can. and as much as I remember to, because sometimes I'll like be filming a video and I'll have to like talk over like the TV due to copyright, and I'll like forget that I have to, and I'll stop for a second, and so I try my best. But yeah, I'm also like another thing that I'm a little bit iffy on is, or somewhat iffy on about this whole like boot camp thing, and it's generally just the thought of like knowing how badly I want this and how badly I'm willing to work to make it happen and stuff. So I'm not really iffy on it. I'm more like, I know how badly but what it relates to is the fact that I missed a day. Like, what I mean by that, no, I didn't miss a day of like boot camp, like dance, ALDC dance boot camp, but I've been working my butt off for the past like 2 weeks, pretty much the past like, well, not 2 weeks. Next Friday it will be exactly 2 weeks, but like trying my best to like work on like my oversized splits and just stretching and just working on things like right before or like dance class and stuff. And I'm also gonna try to encourage myself to do it this like upcoming week, because I get a feeling that I'm not going to, due to the fact that I usually like log on to dance 30 minutes early, and that's kind of when I mainly do it. Like, I'll use my stretching band and stuff. So yeah, but lots of different things and stuff. So yeah, but I am a little bit nervous. I feel like now, like that's getting closer, and I'm realizing, wait, this is actually gonna happen. It's definitely making me a little nervous. Also, I don't have an outfit picked out. I'm gonna get Bella's opinions on some stuff and let her help me make the decisions. Because first up, I want to stand out a little bit because that's eye-catching and that's gonna get their attention. But I also want to be comfortable. That plays into it, because I don't want to be wearing something super, super uncomfortable. And also, on top of it, I don't want something in like leggings or like long pants or something, or like long sleeves, because I know I'm gonna get hot and sweaty. And that's why I kind of don't want to go with like a leotard, because leotards get hot and sweaty and stuff. Like, it's a mess. So like figuring out what I want to wear, also figuring out, I'm still making the decision if I'm gonna do it out there in the living room or back here in my bedroom, because I'm really debating that, because my mom did say that since I have like no dance class this week other than Sunday, like this upcoming week, Sunday's the only dance class up until boot camp. And because the summer run will be done on Sunday. So, because of that reasoning, she said that I can do the Saturday out there along with the Sunday, and which is both days. But I'm like really iffy on it, like, because and the reason I'm iffy on it is their pluses and their downsides. I'm first plus to it, like the main plus is I would have a lot of space, and stuff. But like a lot of space, that's like the big plus. Second plus is my parents would get to watch, which is something that my mom likes to do. She likes to like watch and stuff. She's definitely like my mom gets on me sometimes for dancing, and it's like, oh, like I'm like make sure you're like ready for all of your classes, like I need to keep seeing that flexibility improving and stuff like that. And I'm also very iffy on the balance. Like, that is something that I don't think is going to improve much in a week, considering I have horrible balance on Releve. And we do a pretty good amount of stuff on Releve, like involving balancing on Releve. Even though I am very proud because yesterday I wasn't, like, we were doing one thing on Releve, and up to the point we had done a couple different, we did a couple of leading up to this point, and then I like was always one of the first ones down, and like to fall, like, well, not fall, but like not be able to balance anymore. And then finally we did it again, and then like I was like the second or third person to fall out of it, so very proud of myself. But I'm just iffy on a bunch of stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna try to make this quick, and but I kind of want to do it back here, because if I do it back here, it would be fair to everyone else, because to everyone in person, because in-person people, in order for the parents to watch, they have to buy a separate ticket that's like $100 or something, and to get the lounge the lounge ticket, which is all sold out, like the one for both days and then the one for each day, because you can get them both individually, and then there's one for both days. And so, like, I'm very, like, a wreck right now about the boot camp. Peace out.